Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and if you see this cat behind me, that's Cody. Today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. It's not a music reaction. Today I'm going to react to something a little bit different. This is called Delusional Woke People Get Owned #1. So there's multiple videos like this, and I thought this might be something kind of fun to do, something different, and we'll just see how crazy this gets. I have no idea where this is gonna go, but we'll find out together. Real quick before I get started, I wanted to remind everybody that I have a Discord, and it's completely free. So if you're interested in joining, the link will be below in the description and the comments. And it's just a free app that you can come and chat with me and everyone else in there, and we have a lot of fun. So the link to it's below. Cody wants to sit with me, so I guess that's what we're doing. You can see here? You can't see this, but I have two other cats sitting here too. Tika's right here and Ghost is right here. And then there's Cody right here. Okay, here we go.
Oh. What's going on, guys? Shy Clips here once again, and today I see some crazy clips of moments when woke people get owned. Now, like always, guys, my favorite clip will be at the end, but in this first one, it is pretty insane. I guess this is how this woman is.
Okay, I have to say this. This guy who's narrating this, he talks so freaking fast. Oh my god. Twisty? Are you jealous? Okay, now we have a Twisty up here too. So now I have 4 cats up here.
To protest?
I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices.
Oh, brother!
But I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left. So I am going to spend the next minute screaming.
I beg your pardon?
Because that is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
I'm not gonna lie, bruh. Fat bitches need to shut up, bruh.
Now, I'm all for protesting and I guess sharing your voices. However, when you can't come up with your own thoughts and arguments in order to defend yourself, and you have to resort to just randomly screaming, then you have officially lost me and you look crazy. Imagine every single time I tried defending my point of view, instead of defending myself with actual arguments, I just screamed like an absolute lunatic. You can't accomplish anything like this.
I'll tell you what this world needs right now. It needs all the old school grandpas to come back to life, make you go pick a switch off a tree, bring it back to them so they could tear your ass up with it. And then we wouldn't have to deal with bullshit like this. And just like that, we wouldn't.
Okay. First of all, it is true what the guy said. If you feel the need to scream and that's all you can do, then you need to figure out a way to use your words. Words. We teach children as toddlers to use your words, and you're just using your lungs. The other thing I'm going to say about this is this whole pronoun shit. Listen, I don't have any issues with the LGBTQ community, none of that stuff. However, this whole pronoun bullshit is getting so out of hand. No one cares. No one cares what your pronouns are. If they care, then that's a them problem. But you can, I do not care what you go as, you know? But I will say that there are only 2 genders in this world. And you can believe me or not believe me, and you can think I'm rude for saying that. You can think I'm something phobic for saying that, but there are 2 genders. There's not thousands of genders. There are 2 genders. And I'm going to tell you the way I feel about that. I feel like it's all a spectrum. You have males and females, right? And Cody's. And a lot of things are on a spectrum. There's like autism spectrum. There's gay. Oh. There's gay and straight spectrum or bisexuality spectrum. Everything is a spectrum, right? So if there are males and females, some males are extremely masculine, very straight male, and some females are very, very girly girls. But the majority of people are going to be somewhere in the middle of that. I personally would consider myself much more towards the center of that spectrum, maybe a little bit more to the girl side, obviously, because I am a girl. But I grew up very tomboyish and playing with the boys and playing in mud and dirt. I mean, a lot of that probably had to do with the times that I grew up in also was in the 80s, but, but I've never been a girly girl. You're not usually going to catch me in any kind of dress, unless I have to wear one for a wedding or something like that. And so in my opinion, everything is a spectrum. And I think that there are, for the non-binary people who consider themselves non-binary, I'm neither or I'm both or whatever. I feel like those people maybe just fall more towards the middle of that spectrum, but there are only two genders. It's male and female. I will probably get hate for saying that, but it is what it is. I watch trans YouTubers and I know trans people in real life. And from what I hear from them is that the non-woke ones or whatever, the ones that are more normal, I guess, kind of feel the same way I do, as far as no one gives a shit about pronouns, quit asking about pronouns, quit telling people who are not asking you what your pronouns are. Like, no one cares. You're not going to see in any of my bios goes by she, her, because you can look at me and you can see I'm a girl. Anyway, I went off on this tangent and I apologize.
Have to deal with any more liberals. We won't have to fight, argue, cancel people. We just need an old man with principles, morals, and a stick.
Once again, very similar to the last clip. This girl decided.
I agree with that, except for the switches. I don't believe in taking a switch and beating your kids with it. I got spankings as a kid, but that was just with a bare hand, But yeah, I would never beat my kids, no.
To result to screaming, arguing, cursing, in order to just prove her point of view. If you can't logically debate anyone about your topic, I'm sorry, you officially lost. No one's gonna think you're in the right if you sound like this.
Kind of ironic that a white man is wearing a woman for Trump and a feminist for Trump when I consider myself a feminist. And
did you just assume my gender? You said white man.
Okay, I see your point there.
How do you know I'm not a woman?
I see your point.
You need to check your white privilege, your white female privilege, I think.
You think?
A little bit.
Sometimes the only debating tactic
What?
you need in order to defend yourself against these people is just using the same arguments they use against you. It will literally backfire against them and they have no idea.
That is so gross.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I am too, guys. I'm Primetime 99. I just want to say you guys are a poor representation of the youth of our nation. Let's go! Let's go, baby! I'm so nervous!
What is happening? Why?
Why is there any big booty Latinas that go to school here? What's wrong? You think we're insane? Look, this is the future.
This is so obnoxious.
We are fun. Look at
I swear to God.
Hey, I mean, you guys are the ones that are scared of free speech. You have no reason not to like me. You should have been aborted. I should have been aborted. Oh, I should have been aborted. Look at me.
Put that on your line. I
triggering him. I'm having fun. I don't need to say that. Space. Why would I should have been aborted. I should have been aborted. This is so much fun. Imagine your dick. Does not make you. Does not make you. Take all the fine tickets. I think you're a nice woman.
That is just disgusting. That is so gross.
So basically, aren't you guys seeing a trend? A bunch of people just coming together, screaming, shouting, and sounding like absolute idiots overall. This guy definitely handled himself really well. He had every single right to spit at her back and I guess defending himself, but rather he stayed calm and decided to expose her all over social media. And the fact this is coming from Penn State, a really good college, is starting to really worry me about what the future holds for everyone.
First day, I had 25 students. By day 2, I had 19. Because 6 parents switched out of the class because they saw me.
4 days until
How do you know that, though?
And our amazing Pride event with the Mill Valley District.
And they were like, there's no freaking way. Before I even got a word in.
I myself, as a non-binary individual, do not identify as transgender.
Do I think that it is okay?
Okay, so there's this whole like debate about whether non-binary belongs in the trans category. I watched Blair White, and she does not believe that non-binary belongs in the trans category because trans is going from one thing to the other thing, and non-binary is saying you're none or both. It's two totally different things. So I agree with her on that, but I also don't think that non-binary is a real thing. I think that these people are just on the spectrum of leaning more towards the middle or something.
For a parent to see me and go, not around my kid. No, I don't think that's okay.
Not only am I...
How do you know that that's what they did? How do you know that they saw you and decided to take their kid out just because of that? You don't know that. I'm a parent, so I could tell you probably 1,000 reasons why I might take a child out of a certain class, and they may have literally nothing at all to do with the teacher at all.
Makeup, but I got a t-shirt from downstairs. It's a crop top. You can't dress code me because I'm the teacher.
I feel like that's really crossing the line because you are, for lack of better words, discriminating against me openly. That's like seeing a black teacher and being like, there's no way. It is the same. It is the same.
You're perfect, honey. Hope this helps.
It's still the right of the parent to make that.
Have you ever guys noticed how these woke people all talk the same way? Like, they talk with their head, like they have to get their point across to you so hard. They're like, don't you know? Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? Like, they all do that. It's so annoying.
Decision as to whether or not they want their child to learn from you.
Okay.
Like, it's still that parent's right. Like, you can disagree with their motivations, their motives, their ideas, but it is still their child.
Sorry, but just like you're allowed to have your own belief system and think you're in the right and have your own values that nobody is going to judge you by, you should also be respecting the kid's parents' values and the teachings and morals they live by. You have no idea why they pulled them out of the class, and there's a bunch of reasons why parents don't want their kids around you. You're most likely going to indoctrinate them and brainwash them into thinking your way of life is correct, and the parents have every single right to not allowing their kids to go through that.
Would you date a transgender person?
That's the thing. I do agree with that, because I don't know who all has little kids, and see what they're doing in classrooms and on cartoons and all this stuff these days, but they are bringing all of this into our children's lives, and in my opinion, that doesn't belong in our child's life because they're children, you know? Trying to make them see and be okay with certain things that have to do with maybe sexuality. Sorry. They don't need to know anything about sexuality at such a young age. And the whole gender thing, you still need to teach your kids there are 2 genders, male and female. And if you have a penis, you're a boy, and if you have a vagina, you're a girl. That is the way it is. If you grow up to become trans, then that is a mental illness, and you can change your gender if you want to, and take hormones and all of these things. Once you're 18, you have that right. But I just think that everything to do with all of this everything to do with this. It needs to stay out of our children's lives, because you're brainwashing them. That is true. They can't think for themselves. They don't, they know what they learn. And so if all they're learning is all of this stuff at school and all this, then the parents no longer have control over their children and can kind of raise them the way they want them to be raised. It's like school has taken that away from the parents. I'm not saying that parents should hover over their children and never teach them anything from the outside world and all that stuff. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there are certain things that children should not be exposed to, and that's trying to teach them that the non-binary is a thing. I just don't think you should be teaching children that.
We're gonna ask Georgetown, and then we're gonna ask the Hood.
Yes.
And have you ever done it?
No. Yeah, I'm already in a relationship.
Is it a transgender relationship?
No, it's not.
I don't see why not. I don't think it's like that big of a deal.
Would you personally date a transgender person?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Would you date a transgender?
No, I'm a transgender. I like men.
A man that's dressed as a woman would make me appear to be a lesbian in public, but I'm heterosexual.
I mean, I'm straight, bro. I like females.
Right.
Real females, you feel what I'm saying?
So if you're dating a transgender person and you're straight at the time, does that mean you're straight after you date them?
Yes. Yeah.
I think you're still straight.
Why do you think some people are hesitant to date a transgender?
They're transphobic and homophobic.
What? Is it also fat phobic if I don't want to date a...
What? It is not transphobic just because you're not sexually attracted to somebody who is transgender. That is so dumb.
Fat person? Are people just not allowed to have preferences anymore? What happens if one of my preferences is actually having kids in the future with someone I love? Does that also fall under transphobic? At the end of the day, biology is biology, and I can't have kids with a person like that. Do you expect me just to look over that so I don't seem transphobic? If the entire world had this idea, kids wouldn't be born.
Damn, I'm a smooth.
Both genders? Both? Like 1 and 2? Both?
Both.
There's 2 genders?
Got 'em. Once again, like I said, if you just use their own logic against them, it'll fail horribly. They even get confused clearly by this because it's just so new and obscure.
How many genders are there?
2. It's a spectrum, so like a lot.
Can you name me a few?
No.
You can be man, female.
It's not a spectrum of how many genders there are. It's a spectrum of 2 genders, male, female, and where you fall on that line. It can be anywhere, but it's going to be male or female. That's it.
You could be, there's so many. A demigirl.
What the fuck is that?
This is a stupid question.
How many are there?
I don't want to participate anymore.
I think there's really an answer to that, given that gender is kind of a social construct, so it's different for every person and also in different cultures.
As many as you want to believe.
There are many. There's a lot, so.
Name me a few.
There is male, female, genderqueer, non-binary.
I don't know, there's a lot. I know there's
Name me them.
I know there's cis, obviously female, male, trans.
What's up? There's 2 genders, man.
The sad reality of this is these people are actually in college and are supposed to be leading the next generation. It's so sad how they're allowed to say there's multiple genders, but the moment I come and say, hey, there's only 2, I could get canceled and even lose my job.
Great question. This person was asking if there is any time in which intentional weight loss is not fat phobic. I'm going to say 99.9% of the times, if you are intentionally losing weight, it is fat phobic. I'm saying when you are intentionally exercising to lose weight, altering your diet to lose weight, doing any activity intentionally to lose weight is fat phobic.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Because you are intentionally attempting to make your body smaller to fit into what narrative? The narrative that smaller is healthier, even though we've already discussed why that's not true. And I say that because as a personal trainer with a fat body, I know that movements impact people differently based on their body size, type, shape, mobility, a million things.
Get some help.
So I'm gonna completely ignore the part where she said she's actually a personal trainer, because she's easily one of the worst personal trainers ever if it is actually her mindset. There is an incredible amount of evidence that prove that being fat is seriously unhealthy. There is a bunch of diseases correlated with it. And this woman would rather pull up online coming up with excuses for herself rather than lose the weight.
If you think vegans take themselves a little too seriously, meet this woman who claimed she had managed to turn her dog into a vegetarian.
Oh, God.
She confidently claimed it would—
Don't do that to your animals, people. Cats and dogs are carnivores. They are carnivores. That means they eat meat, and they have to eat meat. Do not turn your animals into vegetarians and vegans. That is abuse.
go for the bowl full of vegetables instead of the meat one. And that's when the show host decided to put it to the test.
Got two bowls here, right? One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat. Let her go.
Or she's obviously going to go, obviously. Oh, you little...
Yes.
I didn't swear.
Now this is obviously pure garbage, and she's torturing this dog. In my opinion, she needs to have this dog completely taken away from her and put into other custody. There are some animals that simply can't live off vegetables their entire lives. It's just nature, and that's how nature works. Once again, you can have your own opinion about things, but once you start forcing it down other people's throats and even your own dog, that's where the issue really lies. But that's it, guys, what you're watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys want more content like this, please click the videos you guys see at the top of the screen. It does help my channel a lot, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.
I liked that guy's channel. I liked his commentary on it. The only thing is he talks so fast. It's crazy. But yeah, I do like this guy's channel. So I think I might actually check him out again. Check out some other videos of his. So I'm going to subscribe to him really quick. And yeah, see what else he has to offer. Because, I mean, because that was a good video. I'm really, really curious to see your guys's opinions on these videos in this, and please, I beg you, do not be too harsh with me. I know that I have opinions that are, I guess, in the minority, but it's just my beliefs, and I'm not forcing anyone else to believe me, but this is just how I feel about these subjects. But yeah, please go easy on me. But if you guys agree with anything I said, please let me know. If you want to have like just a regular discussion, if you don't agree with something I said, that's fine too. But just know that you're not really going to change my mind on anything, because this is just, it's just how I feel. It's what I believe. So it looks like there are multiple of these delusional woke people get owned videos. So if you guys would like me to do the part 2 to this, let me know and I will do it. But yeah, this is something fun and different, so I enjoyed it. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done it yet, share my video if you feel like it's worth sharing, and I'll see you next time.